Hey, what's going on guys, SpartanNJones here, and today I'll be doing another game theory kind of thing. Today it's just going to be me. I forgot to record some of my mates, so I'm going to do the EA E3 2014 predictions for what I think is going to be there. So yeah, so let's get started. So things that we know and certain that like are there every single year is like FIFA, Madden, NHL. There's going to be UFC there because that still hasn't even come out, even though that was there last year, which that makes no sense at all. But there's going to be like the EA Sports things. There's going to be probably Need for Speed. If anything, they usually bring one out like every single 2 years, but last year was the release of the last Need for Speed, so we don't really know what it's going to be like. So as well, there's going to be Dice's thing, which they always bring out like a new Battlefield, like a trailer, and then their next one. So since they had one last year and they had gameplay, this year will probably just be the trailer and like the title. So it might be Battlefield 5, Battlefield Bad Company 3, or it might be a new title or a new genre towards those kind of things. It might be another Battlefield 1943 or one of those kind of things. It might just be like an alternate thing towards Battlefield instead of just keeping to the two main story things. Even though it would be good to have a Battlefield Bad Company 3, just to have their that kind of destruction and evolution towards the maps. Since Battlefield 4 didn't have that kind of thing. It didn't have like, oh, let's blow up this entire building. They had structured evolution events which you could capture yourself, but sometimes it was like, okay, I can do this, but that means it'll make it harder for me to do that, so I might as well just keep it as that, and then somebody always does it instead. But it was just, it didn't have the freedom as well towards other battlefields than what it had. So it was like, I don't know, it was like air vehicles didn't have a chance to fly, since the map for air is exactly the same for ground. That just make no sense. Since in Battlefield 3 the air ones were like twice the area than what the ground was. Since then you can actually fly around, and that means air vehicles can get away from like soft lambs, iglas, and all that kind of stuff. It's just stupid. But as well for Dice, there'll be things that have come from last year, which is probably like one of the best things Dice has ever done for two of my favourite things ever. Since there's going to be Mirror's Edge 2, and then there's going to be Star Wars Battlefront, then there's going to be another Star Wars game, then there's another Star Wars game. One of them's PC only. I think one of them's going to be PC and next gen, then the other one might be last gen, so it depends between them. But since they had like a small little reveal for Battlefront, Battlefront 3, they'll probably have like a gameplay kind of thing, how it works, like how Halo 4 had their online trailer for their for the multiplayer part of their thing from 2 years ago, I think it is. Yeah, 2 years ago. They had like a multiplayer going around the player and all that kind of stuff, just to show off, this is what it looks like, this is what the kind of things are going to come, this is like a map that's going to be. It's just going to be amazing for that kind of things. It's just going to be so good to relive the Star Wars things. And since the movies are all coming out as well, since the next movie is coming out next year, December, Star Wars Battlefront should come out next year, like early, maybe, I don't know, near the summer. so that'll be a good time in between them. So that means I'm just gonna play Star Wars Battlefront, then go and watch the film, then I'll want to go and play Star Wars Battlefront again because I've watched the film and think, oh my god, Star Wars is amazing, and then go play everything about it. It's just gonna be amazing to do that kind of stuff. So as well, for DICE, I mentioned Mirror's Edge 2. Mirror's Edge 2 is going to be, I'm guessing it's going to be a trailer and then gameplay. Hopefully it isn't like a voiceover gameplay, because that stuff doesn't do well. Every single game that has a voiceover gameplay doesn't live up to its expectations towards the final product. Project Spark, that was a voiceover gameplay, but that was a live gameplay, fair enough. It depends. For the Metal Gear Solid, that was there as well. Like, that was a voiceover gameplay, but some parts of it didn't look as good as what you would think. But it just depends. It just has to be a gameplay. This is what the level's going to be. That's the kind of combat. That's the kind of parkour. Reveal like the online features instead of just having time trials. Oh, you can beat your friend. You could race against your friend in the actual world. So you could just like say, get to that building, then you just have like get there any way you can. You can go across the floor this time instead of just hitting the floor, you're dead. That makes no sense. It'd be good instead of just having rooftop to side walls, you could go across the floor and then try and get to the rooftops. Try and make your own way to places. Think of what the best route is going to be. A giant like open world setting, since it's before number 1. It's pretty much a prequel, so that would be amazing to do that, since that's the start of what the story was, or before the start of what the story is, where everything just got together. So there's going to be like more free runners there, so that proves that there's going to be like a multiplayer thing to it, and there might be like a co-op campaign or something like that. Somebody plays as Faith and then you could just be yourself as well, or the co-op you could design your own person. That'd be pretty fun actually, if it's like design your own person, design your own facial features and all that kind of stuff. Since it's on next gen, you could get your actual face on there as well for the cameras, since there's the Kinect, and then there's the PlayStation, since then you could just get your face on it, then put your face on your character, not to make it stupid at all, since Xbox has proven that you can do that kind of stuff. With the Kinect Sports Rivals, that actually proved you can do the facial features kind of thing, and it takes your face, manipulates it, gets the structure right and all that kind of stuff. That would be good for like that kind of games, so that would be pretty amazing to do that kind of stuff. So stuff that has been confirmed, I mean, and stuff that might come. So might come will probably be new IPs or sequels that we've been waiting for a long time. My hope for a sequel coming is Bulletstorm 2. Bulletstorm 2 would be amazing in next gen. There'll be some gameplay going. It's just one of those games that's just fun instead of just competitive. It's an FPS that isn't competitive. It's like you just have fun with an FPS, and it's just a good concept, since next gen would bring in different stuff towards it. It would just be something different towards the other type of games that are on these type of consoles. Instead of just having FPS like Battlefield, COD, Halo and all that kind of stuff, you could just have fun and just play co-op with your mates, co-op campaign, 4 players, done. And then you just have fun, you're blood and gore everywhere, kicking people into spikes, cactuses, all that kind of stuff. That'd be good to have like an iceberg level, just go through different places, since that just went to one world. And it ended on a massive cliffhanger. It was just something that people, or that the actual company didn't pick up on, and then they said, "Oh, we cancel doing this because it didn't get enough sales." It was like, oh, so what? It got brilliant reviews, and then it didn't get enough sales because people didn't want to buy it because COD was out then. I think it was Black Ops 1 or Modern Warfare 3 that was out then. So of course it's not going to do that well, and Battlefield 3 was out as well, so it wasn't going to do well between the FPSs, but it's still, people still bought it to play it with friends. It's one of those games that could be just replayable instead of just, oh, let's play online, beat a few people, you're done. Bulletstorm didn't have that kind of online. It didn't have, I want to beat this person in this level, really. It did on one part of it where you could just do it single player and you just beat a score, but that got you different events to do it, and that like leveled yourself up. You could have like an individual level. That was just amazing to do. But I've just ravelled on about Bulletstorm. It was just an amazing game. But one of the games that have been confirmed but you don't know about the story yet is BioWare's game Mass Effect. You don't know if it's a Mass Effect 4 yet. They did say that they don't want to release the title, but it is a Mass Effect game that they're bringing out. So we don't know about the story, but they did say that they didn't want to bring out a Mass Effect game that you didn't have your progress to. So it might, I don't know. They might bring out like a remaster, which has been hinted on online somewhere in places where it's just got all 3 titles on next gen to like relive moments and all that kind of stuff, which might be a plan for them to do that, to actually bring out a sequel or a number 4 to the trilogy itself and start a new trilogy. But there might be something like different, like before Shepard, before all of that stuff. So it might be like between then, since the Reapers were before then, but nobody knew about them. You could just go on about that instead. But there's still like after 3, where the cliffhanger, where they changed it all, where they bring out an update and then change the ending. That was a clever thing to do because everybody's ending was pretty much the same. So that means for Mass Effect 4, it would start the same instead of that, which might go into it itself, even though you don't have your options that you had from 1, 2, and 3, who died, who stayed alive, and all that kind of stuff. You won't have all that, but you will have that proper ending that you had, even though there was like, spoilers here, Shepard died or Shepard didn't die. It depends on which you chose, but if there was a number 4, you wouldn't have that option for that kind of stuff. So that's probably why they're bringing out a remaster itself. But it's just one of those things that's like a query. Should they bring out a remaster just for you to do your options again, or should there be like a transfer of data from 360 or 360 to next gen Xbox? It might come out for PlayStation, I'm not sure. If it does, that would be like a kind of a bad thing, or would it be a good thing? If it came out for PlayStation, that means they'll need to bring out the other ones. That means they could actually play the game. But it just it does depend on what kind of things they want to bring out and what kind of things they want the audience, their fans, to actually need for a game. It's just one of those things that people don't know, but they want it, even though they would think, I don't know if I would like that much. But it just depends. Whoever thinks like it's gonna be good, it might be good itself. You don't know. But one more thing as well, there is like Titanfall and there's Dragon Age Inquisition. Dragon Age will probably be like a gameplay, since there hasn't been that yet, and Titanfall probably just a hint towards the next one, or DLC hints, since it is only like a few weeks away until E3. I don't think they will bring out another game yet. It might be a Battlefield kind of game where they just reveal like the title and then platforms, and that's it. That's it. But they might bring out, this is what kind of DLC is going to come with your season pass, since it hasn't been said yet. Throat. So there might be like, this is the kind of things that people want from their game. Exactly. But it does depend on that kind of stuff. And one more thing as well, I think I'll end on this one. So a game that I've done and enjoy a lot, pretty much a lot, is Skate. Skate is one of my favourite games. That's just, I got into Tony Hawk a lot, but then I played Skate at my mate's, and I was like, how do I do this? I was there for 10 minutes, and then I know how to do most of the tricks, because it's just an easy thing to do, instead of just like, press X and R, press B and down. To do that kind of stuff, you actually have to do the flips and all of that with your thumbstick, instead of like, just press a button, you got that done. You have to do like, hold these buttons as well as these ones to do a flip, do your thumbstick, flip the thumbstick to do an ollie and all of that kind of stuff, coffin and all that kind of stuff. But thing is though, the people who actually produce Skate aren't doing no more. I think they went bust quite a bit of time ago, but there was a Skate 4 in the works, but then it just stopped. It was the same with Bulletstorm as well. They were exactly the same. But Skate 4 would be amazing, since it has got the next gen potentials. And since Tony Hawk isn't bringing out really any games, they're only bringing out mobile and all that kind of stuff. So Skate would get the huge advantage towards YouTubers to do more stuff. They would have like YouTubers to do things with their audience and all that kind of stuff. There would be a competitive kind of thing to it. There'll be a fun part to it. Since Skate 3 was like a comical kind of thing, bring back that kind of stuff. The comical things is fun as hell to do. Just going around with the aeroplane, knocking people over, doing all that stuff. It's just so stupid to have that kind of stuff for it. It's just completely weird to have that kind of things. But that would be one of the things that would be an enjoyable title to have. But that's just me, really. If people agree with my options, say in the comments below, and the kind of things that you want from EA's E3 conference thing for 2014. So after E3, I will do a video explaining what things did get released, what things got shown, and all that kind of stuff for each and every E3 thing, apart from Sony's. Sony's I really don't care about, unless there's a Destiny thing in there. I'll do a Destiny news after E3, because there's going to be a lot. But as well, I didn't cover the mobile devices for EA, but it does depend on that. I think it might be the Star Wars game that nobody knows about. It's like, it was one that was in the works a long time ago, but then it got, and then it was just gone. So that one might be a mobile kind of thing. It might be like a massive mobile thing instead of just other stuff. It would be amazing to do that, but it's just that kind of things. But if you did enjoy, remember to like and subscribe and comment about what kind of things you want to see from E3, EA, DICE, everything like that. EA is going to be a good thing as long as they don't do like the same as last year. Don't bring out Drake. Just get him gone. Just don't bring him out. Please don't. So, see you guys in the next Gamer Theory video. So, peace.